What's up, dunks? Welcome back to Sudoku Le Jouet. My name is Sudoku. Today we have Team Building, Alt, so it's a slightly easier version by James Sinclair from Artisanal Sudoku Volume 193? Yeah, 193 from last week, so just a few days behind. We have normal Sudoku rules apply. We have arrows, German whispers, and X sums. Before we get going, please hit subscribe. It is free for you, but it does me a lot of good. Okay, so normal Sudoku rules, 1 to 9 every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then we have arrows. So the digits along the arrow have to sum to the circle digit. They can repeat, like those can if other Sudoku rules allow it to. Then we have German whispers. So the digits along these arrows have to be a difference of at least 5 from their neighbor. So if this is a 1, this could be a 6, 7, 8, or 9, but it could never be a 1 and then a 5 for multiple reasons. And then X sum. X sums are just Roman numerals, so they have to sum up to 10. So if this could be a 1 and a 9, but it could never be a 1 and a 3, for instance, because that would only sum up to 5. All right, I'm going to restart the timer, and let's go. All right here, there's a lot going on in this square, so we are going to figure something out. Okay, so we know that a 5 can never be on an X sum because they would have to be paired with other 5s. And it can also never be on a German whisper. So this is a 5. Love it. So yeah, 5s can never be on a German whisper because it has to be a difference of 5 from its neighbor. So if a 5 was on the German whisper, its neighbor would have to be either a 0 or a 10, neither of which are Sudoku digits. So this has to be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. And this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has to be a 6, 7, 8, or 9 as well. But this cannot be a 9, so that cannot be a 1. Because if this is a 9, what could this digit be? It would have to be a 10, minimum of 10. Well, that's impossible. So if this is an 8, this would have to be a 1. That would be a 9, but this would also have to be a 9. So this cannot be an 8. So that cannot be a 2. So this 5, 3, 4 can only be an 8 or a 9 now. I think. So then if this is a 6 or 7, this has to be a 1, 2, or 3, and then this is 7, 8, or 9. So this is also 7, 8, or 9. So what else can we figure out? So then down here, we're just going to do 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. So 4 and 6 can never be down here. 4 and 6. Yeah, 4 and 6 can never be down here because they're neighbors. So 4 can only connect to a 9, and a 6 can only connect to a 1 on a German whisper. So they can only be on the ends of German whispers. If they're ever in the middle, or not, sorry, if their neighbors can ever see each other. So these two, if this is a 4, these would both have to see each other. But also, with the X sum, they have to be a difference of at least 5, right? So this can never be a 3, 7. Because those are only 4 apart. So this is a 1, 9 or 2, 8. Yeah, that's okay. So this is where, okay, but that's a 7, 8, 9. So this cannot be a 1, 2 because these have to be the same parity, or these both have to be either high or low. And if those are all high, these would also have to be all high. So that's going to be an 8, 9. Now, okay, now we have an 8, 9 pair. All right. So this has to go up, 6, 7, 8, or 9 as well. So that's a 6, 7, 8, 9. This has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 4s cannot be in the middle, so we can place this as a 4. So we know that this is now a 9. This has to be an 8, 2. This is going to be a 6. This cannot be this is now a 7. That cannot be a 2. This has to be a 9, 1, that's going to be a 7, and this is a 3. All right, there we go. 3 minutes in, and I figured something out. So 7s will be here. 9s are going to be here. We can figure out this one a little bit. So 1, 9 cannot be, 2, 8 cannot be, 3, 7 cannot be. So this is going to be a 4, 6. So we know that over here is going to be a 1, 3, 5. If this is a 4, this would have to be a 1, 3. This is a 6, it would have to be a 1, 2, or, no, I'm sorry, 1, 5, or 2, 4. So I know ones will be up here. Fives are going to be up there. So I can put sixes here. I'm going to leave that be for now until I get another digit. Okay, what about this one? Can't be a 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7. Cannot be a 4, 6, 2, 3, 7, 8. But we know that threes are down here, so this cannot be a 3, 7. So that's going to be a 2, 8. This is a 2. These would both have to be 1s. So that's going to be an 8 and a 2. So then I know that this is going to be a 1, 2, 8 triple. This becomes a 3, 5, 7 triple, which places this as a 4. And then this will be a 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a 6, 7, 9 triple. 6, 7, 9 triple. Okay. So this is an 8. Could not be a 1, 7. Could be a 2, 6 or a 3, 5. This can never be a 5. Cannot be a 2 either. So this is either going to be a 2 or a 5. This is a 3, that would be a 7, so I can place that as a 6, 2, and that's a 4. This is not a 6. We know, as I mentioned earlier, 4s can only connect to a 9 on a German whisper. This is now a 1 or a 3. This will be a 7 or an 8. Because we know German whispers have to alternate between low and high. Okay. Pretty happy with where this is going. Fives can be here or here. Okay. Do we know anything else? Fours have to be in the little basket. Sevens are down here. We got some 2s there. But this can never be a 2. So let's see, 2s are there. That cannot be a 2, because then these would both have to be 1s. And that's impossible. But that could be a 2 with a 1. It could be anywhere between 1 and 7. No, it could not be a 7 because that would have to be a 9, and that shuts that down. Okay. What else do we see? So this one, for instance, we have to be careful of because these could be the same digits. So these could both be 3s, and that could be a 6 because the arrow is separated by the border, or the region, I should say, makes it possible that those are the same digits. Okay, that's fun. Now, this one could be as small as 3 with a 1, 2. So we gotta be careful about that. Now, if this is a 6, this would have to be, okay, so this has to be, it's a 1, 3 or 1, 5. If this is a 6, this could never be a 2, 4 because the 4 is connected there. So this is a 1, 3 or a 5. Okay. But we know, so the 1 is definitely there. 1 is definitely there. So that is not a 1. So 1 is definitely here. This could not be a 3. Could not be a 4. Multiple reasons. If it's it cannot be a 5. Could not be a 6 or 7. So this has to be an 8 or a 9. And that puts that as a 1 or a 2. If this is an 8, it cannot be a 1, 7. So it could be a 2, 6 or 3, 5. It could not be a 3, 5 because one of them is going to be here. 2, 6 or a 3, 5. Could not be a 4, 4. Okay, what about 9? Could not be a 1, 8. Could be a 2, 7. 3, 6. Oh. Yeah. 3, 6, 7. 3, 6. Could it be a 4, 5? Right now, I think it could be a 4, 5. Okay. That's a lot of options right now. So I'm going to leave that be for now. It's a little too much for me. So this is, it's a 1, no. No, don't have anything on that one yet. Thought I did. Okay, so we need this to be a digit with multiple options for its math. So if this is a 4, the only option would be a 3, 1. So if this is a 1, that'd be a 3, but then this would have to be a 1 or a 3. So this cannot be a 4. So I'm just going to pencil mark 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, sorry, it can't be 9. So if this is a 5, this could be a 2, 3, and then a 4 and a 1. 6, this could be a 3 and a 3, and then a 4 and a 2. Okay. I am going to leave that be for now. And if that's an 8, that could be a 1 and a 7. It could not be a 1, sorry, because of this. 1s are definitely down here. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 8. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 3, 5, 7, and 8. So could this be an 8? To be an 8, 1, and a 9. So the 8s cannot be on here. Could they be a 7? 7 and 1 could be 8. 7s cannot be on there because they cannot be connected to a 2 because those are not 7s. If it's a 1, 3, so this is a 4 or 6. So then this is a 4 or a 6. If this is true, then this is a 1, 3, 5 triple. So then this is a 7, 8 pair. 1, 2, 3, 9. I think. Okay. It could be a 1, 3 or 1, 5. But we know, similar to that, the 1 has to be there. So this is going to be a 3. Oh, didn't want to do that. This is a 3, and this can only be connected by an 8. So that's going to be a 7. So this is no longer a 3. That's not a 7. 6, 9, 7, 9, 6, 7. Okay. 1. So then I can pencil mark the 1s here. So this has to be a 2. That's going to be an 8. That is not a 2. This is not a 2. So this is the 2. All right. So if this is an 8, it cannot be a 1, 7. It could be a 2, 6, or a 3, 5. Okay. But we know that the 8s are going to be here. And 8s will be there. Okay, so where's the 4 and the 6 going to be? So 4 and 6 can either be here or there. Actually, no, 6 could be there, but this could be a 4 still. All right, that's not where to look. One, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5s are here. They can all be 3s. 6 is there, 7. So 8s are definitely here. And then that cannot be a 9. So the 9s are going to be down there. So then the 9s will be up here. 1, 3, 5, 8, and 9. Okay, so... But this is going to be paired with that. So this is a 1, 3, 5 triple. So this has to be the 8. That is no longer an 8. Okay, so that's not an 8. It's a 1 through 5. This is not a 5, so this is a 6 or a 7. So that can't be a 7. I really want this to be a 3, 3 with a 1 and a 5. So this is now 1, 3, 5, 9 quad. Okay, 1, 3, 5, 8 and 9. Okay, so the 8 has to be over here. We know that it can't be there because this digit is not a negative number. So that's going to be the 8s. But the 8s are here. So this is not an 8. That's not an 8. This is an 8, which places the 8 there. That's now a 1-2 pair. 3, 5, 7 triple. It's not going to help me yet. 1, 3, 5, and 9. So this has to be a 1 or a 3. 1, 3, 5, and 9. This is either 1, 5 or 3, 3. So this is a 6. So that's going to be a 4 and 6. That's a 6. This is now remove those 3s. So that's going to be a 1, 5 pair, which places this as a 3, and that's a 3. I love that. Absolutely love that. That's a 1, 5 pair. So then this is a 7. That's going to be a 5. This is no longer a 5, which places the 5 here on the row. Actually, this is now a 9. That's a 1. That's going to be a 3. This is a 1. That's a 5. So 9. That's a 9. Okay, so I can delete the 3 and 5. Oh, so that's a 2, 6 pair now. So that's going to be a 1, 2. 3. So then we need a 4 and a 6. No, 4 and a 7. Okay, interesting. Oh, this is a 2. That's going to be a 9. So then this is a 4, 7 pair. Those are not 3s. So this is a 6, 4. 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is a 9. This has to be lower. 1, 2. So this has to be a 3 or 4. If it's a 4, this would also have to be a 9. So that's going to be a 3. So 4s are here or here. Oh, this has to be the 4. That's a 7, 4. This has to be the 8, and that's a 7. This is a 6, 2. Places this as a 2 as well. This cannot be a 9, so this is the 9. That's going to be a 6, 7, 9. This is 1, 5, 6. So this will be a 1, 5. This is going to be the 6. That's going to be a 1, 5 pair with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6. That's going to be a 3. 3 and 7, which puts a 3 here. So this is going to be a 5. That's an 8. So that's going to be a 1. That's a 5, 3, 1, 5. 1 will be, no, not that. 1 will be there and here. 2, 3. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we need a 4 and a 7. 4 here and a 7 here. All right, 17, 15. I'm a huge fan of artisanal Sudokus. They're always so good. Good stuff, James, as always. Cheers.